Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a general reading for the sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Virgo, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. Virgo, I hope that you're doing well. I'm going to be using two decks for your reading today. The first one is an overall energy from the Heart Path Oracle, and I'm going to be using this new deck, the Urban Tarot, for your tarot reading. Cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Angel, spirits, guides, what messages do you have for Virgo, please? Thank you. The power of self, change of consciousness. The power of self, change of consciousness. This makes me think of the Death card in the Major Arcana, number 13, Scorpio energy. It talks about endings bringing new beginnings. It's almost like, literally shedding a skin. Interesting, though, that there are two represented here. I could be talking to someone who's a twin flame or has a very close divine partnership. Perhaps this is representative of you and your higher aspect, you and your higher self. It's really beautiful, very symmetrical, very orderly, very in keeping with Virgo energy. Right, but what I'm more interested are these panels right here. Of all the things that I could be interested in, it's this right here, these kind of windows to the stars, windows to the soul, this reference to something in the great beyond, what is beyond. Maybe that change of consciousness that they're referring to is you recognizing that you're starseed, recognizing that you have a soul in the 5D, understanding that you are going through a process of transformation. It's really beautiful. I feel the word I want to use is poised. I feel very poised right now in your energy. Like everything is just so. Like this was the natural progression of our evolution as Virgos. I was like, okay. Other people didn't have this kind of energy, Virgo. So we'll see what the tarot has to say. 3 cards for the base spread, 3 cards for clarifier, past, present, future. And maybe at the end I'll get advice from Spirit. I did get advice from Spirit. Extra card. I will show that to you I'll show it to you right now. Very poised, and yet you got the hardest card in the deck as the extra card that just flew out while I was shuffling, the 3 of Swords. The word is sorrow. This is a pretty compelling image. 3 of Swords talks about heartache and heartbreak, disappointment on a deep, we're going to talk about soul level. 3 of Swords is at the soul level where we don't know. There's always this point where you just don't know if you can pick yourself back up again. But you can, and you have. But Spirit is showing me this card in the reverse, and they're showing it to me because it suggests to me that there are still some remnants of that energy. They're showing me a very long tunnel. And if the 3 of Swords is at the beginning of that tunnel and you're at the other side, it's like that energy is bellowing out, and the echo, the after effects are trickling towards you. So while you thought it was just a far distance away from you, you can still perceive the after effects of that pain. And I mean, don't we all, can't we all, with the things, the traumas that we've been through? But it's something particular for you. Because now I'm looking at this card again with these kind of halo circles, but they almost seem like frequency. So it's almost like it's almost like I see you as one of those Marvel characters. Like Doctor Strange, I guess. Like, who just puts their hand out and then like stuff, like energy emits from their hands, right? It's almost like I see you on the other side of that tunnel, just blocking that reverberation of pain that's trying to come towards you. It's very, very specific. But I see you just with like two hands up, like, no, I'm not in that space anymore, right? I'm trying to capture a new vibration, a new frequency for myself, or I'm shedding this old skin. I'm shedding this old story, this old narrative. In the past energy, Major Arcana, number 21, the Universe or the World card, you got it in reverse. This card ends the Major Arcana, so there's in a typical tarot deck, there's 78 cards. First 22 cards of the tarot are what we call the Major Arcana, and they're the heavily divinely guided energies, like your spirit guides, the universe, like have their hand in the action of your life. You always have free will, but it's like every once in a while your spirit guides have to, it's like we're earth toddlers, right? And spirit is our like nanny, and like basically we're about to like kind of walk off the path. Spirit has to be like, no, 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 we're gonna go this way now. And so the Major Arcana kind of helps us understand that, where spirit is drawing our attention to what needs to be focused on at this time. The Minor Arcana, the rest of the tarot cards, are all the actions that we can influence in the 3D world, the material world. So by the time we reach the end of the Arcana, we get to this card, where typically it would talk about closing out chapters, starting new ones. In your past energy, though, I feel it's been just like this, unfinished business, unfinished business. We haven't been able to quite close the chapter on that. There's still these threads that are dangling from our sweater. I'm thinking of San Tarot, one of my favorite tarot readers. She quoted a Weezer song. I'm not into that band, but she quoted a Weezer song. Something like, if you wanna ruin my sweater, pull on this thread while you walk away, or something like that. It's a very compelling image. I don't know why that, so I was talking about threads, and then now it's involving another person. It usually does, right? This could be a romantic interest. Someone you have to cut cords with. I've just now noticed you have 3 threes in your reading. The 3 of Wands. So we have the 3 of Swords. Now we have the 3 of Wands, clarifying the Universe card in the reverse. Virtue. The 3 of Wands talks about waiting for the perfect moment when there never is a perfect moment. So, Spirit is, it's funny, okay, I see a fire truck, but what Spirit is showing me in my mind is double Dutch. Have you ever done double Dutch? on the playground when you're a kid. There's not just one jump rope, there's two. So two people are twisting the jumping ropes, the jump ropes. It's boom, 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 boom. And the person that needs to jump in has to wait for the right moment. The right moment. They're always doing this. I never was able to do it. It's so funny that this string kind of came up. I was never able to do it. I was always the one doing the ropes. I was never able to anticipate when there would be an opening, the perfect moment. But to be honest with you, I never really tried. And I think that's what Spirit is showing me right now. Anytime, if you've been watching any of my readings, I live in a city, and I live in a kind of, I didn't think it was a major thoroughfare, but apparently it is, because emergency response vehicles always constantly come up and down my street. And anytime that happens, whatever message I'm relaying at that time, it's almost like Spirit saying, emergency, emergency, this is really important. You have to listen to it. And so now I'm like physically seeing it in this card, and they want to say emergency, emergency. It's really important. It's really important that you understand. There's never going to be a perfect moment. There's never going to be a perfect scenario where we just so politely and with poise, perhaps, close the chapter on a relationship, for example. There's never anything perfect about that. It's usually either messy, painful, somebody's ghosting. If there is a goodbye, there's probably a tear or two. Or if there isn't a tear, it's just absolute coldness. It's the gamut. The Spirit is kind of telling me there's never, if there's something here that you need to close out, right? It's almost like somebody pulling on that thread. Just let them pull on the thread. You can buy another sweater. This is in your past energy. Let me pull a clarifier. Ten of Pentacles. Somebody walking away because money is at stake, stability, or it could be their life path. This is the shape of the life, tree of life. Walking away because there's better opportunity somewhere else. I mean, look, I never understood how, I've referenced twin flames earlier. I'm a twin flame. My twin flame walked away because he had the opportunity to make more money. He walked away from love for money. He regrets it now. But at the same time, at the time I couldn't understand it. I couldn't understand how somebody could be so superficial. But I also now in retrospect understand that he wasn't just responsible to him. He was responsible to a whole lot of people. And this could be that scenario for you. Maybe you're the one that walked away for money or some kind of stability elsewhere in a new town. But maybe that was part of your path. And there's this understanding that there wasn't a perfect time, but you had to take the opportunity when it presented itself. And maybe when you took that opportunity, you didn't have a chance to close things out in the way that you would have wanted to. The present energy, Knight of Cups. In this deck, it seems weird, but the Knight of Cups is the King of Cups. Don't ask me why they called it Knight. I don't know, because the Knight of Cups in this deck is the Prince of Cups. It's a whole thing. King of Cups. I'm just going to call him King of Cups. The Seducer. In the present energy, I mean, are we moving on? Is there somebody new? Somebody seems good, authentic. King of Cups is Scorpio energy. And I referenced that with the Death card here. I referenced the Death card, Scorpio energy, so you could be dealing with a Scorpio. King of Cups is somebody who has a lot of emotional maturity. They're very emotionally available. They may not wear all those emotions on their sleeve. They may not express those emotions all the time, but they know what they think. They know what they feel. They've done the inner work. But in this particular rendition of the card, the Seducer, there's somebody here, could be you, could be another person, that is smooth talker, right? Has a lot of charisma, riz, as the kids say. Do the kids even say that now? I don't know. I don't see anything negative about this energy. This card came out for a couple of other signs. I don't see anything negative about it, right? There's a little bit of coyness, a little bit of jokes being shared, a knowing glance, right? And then it's clarified by the Moon card. Another major arcana. Pisces energy, number 18. You can see there's a lot going on in this Moon card. First of all, it takes place in a sewer, which is gross. There's this like crocodile alligator situation and what looks like a hyena or a wolf, a dog, I don't know what that is. It's kind of canine. The moon is just a sliver through this sewer hole, but the ladder is broken. Doesn't seem like there's any way out. The moon illuminates in the darkness. It talks about shadows and secrets and mysteries and confusion and illusion. So while this energy may have very good intentions, there's still some mystery. It could be like, why did this person show up now? Of all times, they showed up now. You know, like, why? It's almost like this moon card is more like a questioning. You're questioning of spirit. Why? Why now? Why this person? Why this circumstance? I just heard, why did I have to like them? The fact that this is called the Seducer, it kind of suggests to me that you're wary of it, even if it's something good. And that smells a little bit like self-sabotage. So if this is a job offer, for example, like if you're contemplating not taking it, right, even though it presented something really awesome and abundant to you, could be a little self-sabotage energy happening. Can I get a clarifier for the moon? What's the mystery? The devil in reverse, Capricorn energy, number 15. The Knight of Wands in reverse, the rock star. Well, well, well. Talk about two seducers. King of Wands. Remember, knights are kings. King of Wands and the devil. Yikes. With this seducer energy on top of it, triple yikes. I don't know, Virgo. This is really alluring. And if it's not a person, if it's a situation, you may be asking yourself, like, is it too good to be true? Because it seems too good to be true. It seems overpowering. Look at the arrogance in both of these cards. I read arrogance. The devil energy, obviously, major arcana. It's not so great, but it's something that we all have to pass through. Talks about addictions, codependency, being trapped and bound, bad behavior, bad habits, a lack of self-care. The devil card is in reverse, though. I like to see it in reverse because it means it's like we can see the devil energy, but we're keeping it at bay. We're not allowing it to overtake us. We can see this, that it's coupled with this King of Wands, right? The rock star life is good on stage, but do we need it off stage? It's this promise of idolization, but in a sense, like, what is at the heart when you strip away the facade? What's underneath? And I feel like you're kind of asking that question right now. Honestly, I feel like this devil, King of Wands energy is your fear about this individual or this situation. I don't necessarily read it as something that is factual 100%, but that's where the moon card can cause confusion. Cause things in your instinct and your mind to be a little muddied. I see you just in the present energy, just operating with some caution. Why? Because Spirit is bringing my attention to this Three of Swords again, because you don't want to get hurt again. You don't want to get hurt again. You don't want to hurt somebody, and you don't want to get hurt. In the future potential, Ace of Discs or Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, right? I think this is an actual statue. If I'm not mistaken, it's situated at Rockefeller Center in New York City. Don't quote me on that, but I feel like I've seen it there, somewhere around Midtown. Ace of Pentacles is something that Spirit brings in, a brand new opportunity. But it doesn't amount to anything until we put action forth towards it. Like, we have to do something in order to make that ace become something tangible, something that we can use. And right now, in the future potential, I'm not sure that you are grabbing hold of it at the moment, because it's a lot of responsibility. Right? Atlas with the world on his shoulders. Like, you have to be pretty strong. Right now, this is it, the future potential, rather, it's clarified by the Empress. The Ace of Pentacles is clarified by the Empress. The Empress is the power of all four queens. Beautiful, divine feminine energy. Somebody who is a master attractor. So in a sense, it's telling me, the cards are telling me that you attracted this brand new beginning. But now I see, like, there's like a little bit of, there's like hesitation. So here you are in the past, knowing that you have to bring something to an end and kind of leaving things hanging because there's an opportunity that's presenting itself. And when that opportunity comes in, then you start to question a little bit, like, oh, it's like too good to be true. Like, do I really want it? I'm not sure. And then in the future energy, it's almost like you continue to manifest, but then you're not sure if you wanna take it. It's counterproductive. It's a little self-sabotagey. Right? And maybe this is why Spirit is bringing this card, the power of self, change of consciousness. What is this all rooted in? Perhaps the feeling that we don't feel like we're worthy of good things. Look, I asked for advice from Spirit and I got the Chariot card. The Spirit's saying, all thrusters are firing, go, 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 go. Chariot, Major Arcana, Cancer energy, number 7. This is a card of victory. This is a card of mastery over the light and dark aspects of ourselves, the yin and the yang. We're all going to have fears about starting new things, stepping into new timelines. Right? There's a lot of talk on the internet about quantum jumping. Have you stepped into a new timeline, Virgo? I think you have. But I think there might be some lingering memories, those threads of past narratives. And Spirit is saying, don't look back. That's your reading, Virgo. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Virgo.